Hello guys, I would like to introduce you these two boards that I've designed for OctoPrint, specifically for Prosamini. These are power/feature boards for your Raspberry Pi, conveniently powered by your printer to eliminate the extra power brick. These boards are essentially the same. The only difference is that this one has a built-in USB hub, which is very convenient if you are running USB camera. Other than that, with a PiCam, this version is more suitable, and for now I will continue with that. What this board does is allows you to add 3 illuminated buttons to your OctoPi, control the power of your printer using this 16 amp relay, provide power for your lighting system, or if you have RGB lighting like NeoPixels, you can directly plug it into this port, which is marked with lights. And this port also has the required logic level shifter, so you are all good. So let's move on with the installation. The male pin header comes attached to the board like so. What you need to do is to solder it to your Raspberry Pi like so. I already did it, so I'm going to put the pin header to side. Now we need to install the bolts and the spacers before installing the whole thing into the enclosure. At this point we can attach the cables. Mind the markings on the cables like NO, 24 volts, and the ground cable. Make sure 24 volts goes to the middle one, and normally open one goes to the right hand side. And the ground one goes to the left hand side. Make sure they're all nice and tight. Now before installing this into the enclosure, we have to deal with the camera setup. So if you are using a Pi camera, you need to install the camera arm. If you're not, then you can skip the step. Since I'm using the Pi camera, I'm gonna install it. So this is the arm. Nice and tight. Put the nuts behind the enclosure. Aim 2 nuts on the sides. Before mounting the electronics, I would like to note that if you are going to use this version, you can put it in like this. And then as for the USB, you can use this lid to access the USB directly from the top, just like that. Or you can have another exit from this side, which can come through this hole at the back. So you've got 2 exits here and 1 exit at the top. But in order to access it, you need to use this lid, which has a hole on it. Let's put this one aside. With this version, we need to use a USB cable with 90-degree angle, like this one. We need to cut the ends, because otherwise we're gonna have to use a converter. This one goes in first, like so, and then we can mount our electronics. So we take them one by one. Oh, and you need to take out your SD card if you have any. Screw the bolts in. We can mount our SD card. These are the buttons. They go in like this. I'm going to use a tweezer. Their colors are marked on the cables, so you can arrange them the way you like them. USB cable goes to the second one. Let's install our camera. Now the camera installs just like this. You need to put it through the opening. Take it from this side. And now with that, the camera is installed. Let's put our adapter. Our T-nuts. Let's move on with the installation on the printer. Now we need to completely remove the on-off button. Take this bolt off. Also, if you have a lighting system, probably this is the best time to install it right now. So I have a LED light at the top. Needs to go through here. Now we are going back to the motherboard. Route all of the cables through the hole. Now take the ground cable. This bit is important. Take the 24 volts and connect it to the pin which is closer to the back side. Okay, we are all done. USB cable goes right in. And with that, our build is finished. So as soon as we connect the power, the blue light is going to come on. And when the red light comes on, it means that our OctoPi is up and running. So we can go ahead and long press this middle button, which is not lit up. So this is the way I program those buttons, but you can program them the way you like them. So if I long press the green one, it's going to turn off the printer. If I press the blue one for half a second, it's going to turn on the lights, which you can't see them right now. They're at the top. And when they are turned on, the blue light goes off. And when I turn off the lights, the blue light comes on. The red light is still on, which means the OctoPi server is up and running. But if I press it, it goes off, which means that we just turned off the OctoPi server. Normally you have to cut the power of the Raspberry Pi and plug it back in order to boot up your OctoPi. In this case, if I tap the blue light, it is going to initiate the boot up sequence. And after a while, you will see that the red light will come on again. Oh, here it is. Usually I don't use this feature, but it's nice to have.